Using Instagram Reels to market your business sometimes can feel like confusing, it can feel overwhelming, and not to mention creating content on a regular basis could just feel like, what in the world? Who has time for this? Me included, even though I teach all this. And so today on the podcast, we're going to talk about 5 Instagram things, like things you can do in an Instagram reel that is super easy for you to create great content for your audience. Welcome to the Kia Kelly podcast, because that's me. Every single week, we will be here talking about business, marketing your business, as well as life and anything that can throw at us. Because one thing I know is that when I've been building my business, I am involved in my business. And so I like to help people understand what it all is going to take to build a successful business and have a balanced life. And so here on the podcast, some of the days you're going to absolutely love me. And then other days, you're going to want to throw me away with the trash because you don't want to be bothered with me. But either way, you're going to get your whole life together when you're here on this podcast. So I encourage you to grab your tea and grab your coffee because the Kia Kelly podcast is here. Welcome back to another episode of the Kia Kelly podcast, where we talk about all things business, marketing your business, and having a balanced life while you are doing so. Today, we're doing a quick episode where we talk about Instagram Reels and 5 things you can do in order to be able to, create content, but easy content. Because I don't know about you, but when it comes to running my business, there's always something to do. There's just always something to do. And oftentimes, I really don't feel like creating content every day. Oftentimes, I don't feel like creating content, period. And so I have been trying to find, ways to create content when I don't feel like it, or ways to create content while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. That's kind of like right now, I am on the microphone recording the podcast, but my camera is also recording me here for YouTube, but my phone is also streaming live right now on TikTok. Hey, TikTok. And so those of you guys that are watching are like, what? We're live on TikTok. And so one of the ways that we find ways to create content is by making sure that we are doing multiple things at a time. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do to create Instagram Reels that are super, 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 low cost on time. Okay. So let's get into them. The first type of content you can create for Instagram Reels is trends. Okay. Now I'm not saying you got to be goofy, you got to dance or do things that are out of your comfort zone, but utilizing a trend is a great way to create a short, bite-sized piece of content for your audience, okay? For me, all the time, when I am spending time scrolling, oftentimes what I am doing is I will save videos that have trends that I want to do for my business. I'll just save them into the notes in my phone. And I always have a note that says content to shoot, okay? And the whole goal of that is that I know if I do this trend, it's going to take me maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes to shoot it. To edit it normally doesn't take a lot of time because you're literally just probably adding text and adjusting the text. And that's it. Because when we are teaching a thing and we're doing high edits and amazing text and B-roll and all the type of stuff in the midst of a speaking video, that could take a long time. It's like you got to come up with the concept, you've got to bullet point it, you got to shoot it, you got to edit it, you got to add the B-roll, find the music and all the things. But if you are utilizing a trend, that is easy. The music is already there. The theme is already there. It's just about you shooting and determining how you're going to put your spin on that particular video. So if one of your goals is to create easier content for your Instagram Reels, then I highly recommend that you utilize trends. Now, how do you know what's trending? Well, we have a way to find that out. We actually deliver the top 10 trends of the week. We have 5 trends for TikTok, 5 trends for Instagram, and we give that to our students on the inside of our accelerator. So if you're interested in something like that, you can actually go to the link in the show notes and you can learn about that. Or it's also kiakelly.com/video accelerator if you're interested in that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the second thing you can do to create short Instagram Reels. The second thing you can do is B-roll with music. B-roll with music. Now, you may say, what is B-roll? Well, B-roll is basically where you are filming yourself doing your day-to-day things, right? So sometimes I will be sitting at my desk and my phone will be over across the room at an angle, and it's just filming me. It may be filming me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or however long until I get up and grab my phone, but it is content that is just being recorded. Sometimes when I'm making my collagen, mixer in the mornings, I'll just film myself making my collagen mixer. Sometimes when I am doing my makeup, taking the trash out, going for a walk, feeding my cats or whatever, I'm just filming content, right? So like I'm getting ready to move to Houston in 2 months, and I will film content of me packing up my office, packing up my house, packing up boxes. I'll film my friends coming and helping me pack the house. What is the intent of that? It's so that I just have footage on the inside of my phone that at any point in time, I can just add music to it. Okay. Now, one of the things about that is that you have whatever footage you have, you can do either one long piece of footage, or you can chop up different segments of you doing different things and just add music to it. Okay. You can add music to it and put a little bit of text on screen. And guess what? You've got a great video. So I have a video of me typing on my computer, and then I wave to the camera, but there's music in the background, there's text on screen, and it's inviting people to grab our 75 free short video hooks. Well, that video is performing extremely well on Instagram, and it is causing people to join our email list every single day. Why is that? It is because we are just using footage that I'm already doing what I'm doing, but we are strategically making it, putting more layers to the video by having the B-roll, having music, and then we just put text on screen. It's super simple, especially when you see it. If you want to go to my Instagram at Kia Kelly, you can see what I'm talking about. I have lots of videos just like that. I got 10 minutes. Okay. The third thing you can do for easy Instagram Reels footage is B-roll with voiceover. So B-roll is very similar to what I just talked about earlier. And when I say with voiceover, it is literally where you have the videos where I just talked about, and then you go to the voiceover feature in Reels and you just record your voice. So sometimes, again, you will see me with footage. So when I go for a walk, sometimes I'll film myself at different angles. I'll come back and I will just splice all the videos together into like maybe a 10-second video, and I'll go into Instagram Reels and I'll click on voiceover. When you click on voiceover, you can say whatever it is you want to say about the video or teaching a thing or whatever it is you want to talk about, and that adds more depth to your video. So because like the second point we talked about was B-roll with music. So with voiceover, you can actually have B-roll, music that is low, your voiceover, and then text on screen. Bam, you've got a really easy video. Now, this is not me saying that if you do all your videos that are 5 seconds and 10 seconds and going viral, it's going to blow up your business. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you want some easy ways to create Instagram Reels, then you can use B-roll, you can add music, add text, and then you can do a voiceover. When it comes to using short form video marketing to market your business online, I guarantee you that if you are brand new to it, then you either are confused by it or you are just overwhelmed. The same way that I was 3 years ago when I first got onto the TikTok platform. But I am so grateful that I didn't stay confused, but I chose to learn. And because of that, I am hosting a 3-day short form video challenge where I'm going to be teaching you not only how to use short form video to generate leads and sales to your business, but also making sure that you have some sort of a funnel set up, because when you really learn short form video, you're going to start going viral like crazy all the time on different platforms, and you're going to want to know the basics of getting your first funnel together. So in this 3-day challenge, I'm going to help you with your funnel, teach you about short form video marketing, and teach you strategies on how to make sales for your business. And so if you want to learn how to do this, you just want to go to KiaKelly.com/challenge, KiaKelly.com/challenge, and you are going to spend 3 whole days with me, 1 hour every single night, and I'm not going to hold anything back, giving you exactly what you need to have success using short form video. Another type of content that is super easy on Instagram Reels is reactions, or they call this remixing, okay? So what that means is that you could see a piece of content from someone else, and then you click on the remixing feature, and what happens with there is that now this becomes a side-by-side reaction where you can either just talk about what you're experiencing in the video, you can kind of recreate what you're experiencing in the video. Like sometimes people are dancing and singing or whatever, and they will actually do the exact same thing beside them. Other times they will have their mic connected and they will actually give commentary to what they're experiencing in that video. That's a really, really easy way to create content on Instagram Reels. I know someone who they've hit 1 million followers on Instagram because one of the things she focuses on is remixes, is finding people that are talking about things in the hair care industry for women, and she's remixing and saying her own stance on what they are saying. Oftentimes she disagrees with them, or she'll then agree and then add additional thoughts and facts about all of that. And so that only takes the length of time that the video is. And most videos are like 1 minute or less. And so you adding your commentary to what someone else is saying is just a really creative, fast way to create an Instagram Reel. And the last thing you can do is a thing that's called stitching. I think Instagram calls it stitching. I know it's called stitching on TikTok. And it's basically where you're going to take 5 seconds of someone's video and then you're going to add to it. So you may find that someone is talking about relationships or whatever your thing is, and you are a relationship coach. And so someone says A, B, and C. Or you'll see a couple doing something and you're like, I don't like what she said there. I don't like what he said there. Or here's why this is a red flag. Or here's why this is a green flag. And you can take that 5 seconds of someone's video and then you can then record yourself reacting to that. That works extremely well. And it also takes just a little bit of time because it doesn't take a lot of scripting at all, because the inspiration is coming from the previous video and you're just adding your thoughts in addition to that you can literally record in one setting. You don't need to do any transitions. You don't have to do a whole lot of editing by any means. You just need to stitch 5 seconds and then add your commentary to it. So if you are just getting started with Instagram Reels, these are 5 easy ways to create Instagram Reels content this month. You can also take this same strategy. You can use it for TikTok, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, all the different things, okay? But in addition to that, if you know that you actually need some help with using Instagram Reels to grow your business, then I want to invite you to join our 3-day Instagram Reels and TikTok challenge, which starts next week in just a couple days, where I'm going to be walking you through how to be confident creating Reels, strategies for coming up with content ideas, how to film, how to edit, and ultimately how to convert them from a viewer or follower into a paid client, okay? So all you want to do is go to the link in the show notes, or you can literally just go to KenyaKelly.com/challenge while you are listening to this episode in your URL, and then you can sign up because we are getting started in just a couple days, okay? So thank you so much for listening and watching. Thanks for listening to the Kenya Kelly podcast. I'm always honored and thankful each time you choose to download and listen to an episode of this podcast, but also when you choose to share it with a friend. Because one of the things that I know is that when I was building my business, it was so important for me to be surrounded by like-minded people. And so when you choose to share our content with your friends, it allows them to be in our space as well, where we can nurture and mentor them as well. And we can just make some new friends. So if you wouldn't mind sharing, I would appreciate it so very much. But in addition to that, if you would do us a huge favor by writing a review and giving us 5 stars, it's going to tell Spotify, iTunes, and all the places that people are enjoying this podcast and that they should share it with more people. And so please share, please write a review, and thank you so much for listening.